Hi, guys. Good morning. Good morning to each and every one of you. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Guys, I have a message for you. A quick message. I always start my videos by introducing myself. My name is Nicola Thompson. I hail all the way from Guyana, South America, but I now live in Queens, New York. Guys and girls, the message is for the days that you never give up, you keep going despite the challenges, the setbacks, the blocks, you still keep going. For everything that come in your path, even sometimes when you feel like if there's no hope, but that inner knowing to know that there is hope, you're hearing different voices saying to you that it's not going to work, it's time to give up. And you know within that that's not the voice that you're supposed to be listening to. And you keep going. Even when you keep going and it still look like there isn't any good results in the end, you kept going. You kept going because you know, especially if you know that you know that you know that there is a God and there is a supreme being. And that is the voice you're supposed to listen to. You're not listening to the naysayers. You're not listening to this. You're not allowing yourself to be distracted. You keep going. For those days when when you get up and you look in your purse and there's no money, and all the bills are upon you, and then you have one bill coming in and another bill coming in, and your rent to pay, and you're trying to figure out how. And then out to the blues, you get a download, a message, or some inclination come to you. That's it. And that is your reward, ladies and gentlemen. That is your reward, that you kept going and going without stopping. You see, the energy that you put out into the world, it comes back to you. If you tell yourself there's no hope and you feel hopeless and you down arms and you sit there and you pout and you sob in your tears and you look back, if only, if I could, if I woulda, that's where you would have been for the rest of your days. But you never do that. You did not do that. You keep going because you know that you know that you know that there is a God. And voices and the distraction and the things that people saying and all of these things that are being thrown in your path would cause one to stop and think, should I go? But you know that's not the voice and the actions that you should be taking. And you kept going and you kept going because you know in you that what you have to do and what you have to offer and your purpose here on earth, it says that you have to have strength, confidence, resilience, willpower, and you got to keep going. And even sometimes when you hear no and no and no, you know at some point a yes will come. So you have to keep going and keep going and keep going. And even if the clouds look dark in front of you, keep going, keep going. Because as you go through those dark clouds, that dark tunnel, at the end, there is a bright sunshine. Your reward, because what? You kept going. Because you know and you know that there is a God. And if you keep putting him first before anything else in your life, and that inner knowing that, listen, I'm not hopeless. I know who I am. I know why I'm here. I did not just appear on earth. I have a purpose. We all have a purpose. But make your purpose purposeful. Make it positive. Don't make it negative. Use your willpower. Use yourself. Use your temple positively. Use your words positively. Use the things that God gives you, your gifts. If you like singing, you like dancing, you like writing, uplifting, different things, playing different organs, whatever. Keep going, guys. Whatever is your dream and goal, you will achieve it. You remember the Bible show you when Job went through so much. He lost so much. He lost his children, he lost his wife, all his possessions, but he kept going. And in the end, God still blessed him. God still bless him because what? Job never gave up on God. In the midst of trial and tribulations, God still praised God, and he tell the world that that is his one and only God. He never chucked it and said, okay, I'm going to follow the crowd. I'm going to follow the masses who hurting, antagonizing and stealing and taking from others and destroying life. Because everybody else on the other side look like they're making it, you know. They have this perfect, blissful life. And you struggling every day. You're looking in your purse and, you know, no money, so many things to be paid. And you feel like if there is no hope. No, no, no. Job did not feel like that. He knew at the end of the day that there was a purpose that he had to go through all that he went through. And God would show up for him. So, guys, keep going. Even when it looks like there is no way out. There's no hope. You will hear all kind of voices, all kind of people will tell you all kind of things. They will have an opinion of who you should be, what you should be in life. They would come up with all kind of narrative. Keep going because you know that you know that you know that there is a God. So guys, even when it looks that there's no hope, behind that look, there is hope. So your thing is to keep going today and your reward comes in. Sometimes your reward doesn't come in when you want it, but it comes in when you need it. Because we could want everything in life. We want everything. I want that, I want that, I want. Yeah. But do you really need it? That is important. Many times we look around the things we have. We can substitute things for what we have. We can substitute and use other things to make our life better. But some of us just want and want and want because what? We could want. And maybe we can get it at that time, right? But do you really need it? You know, all of those things that we have hoarding and holding, many people in the world really need it. So while you want, because you already have so much, there is somebody somewhere way down need it. So it's important to need because we want every day. We could want the world. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, you know, the need is important, not the want. So keep going. Keep going. I'm telling you, testimony, keep going. And yes, you're going to hear many no's. You're going to hear many things from the naysayers. They're going to do everything to make sure that your life is blocked, stopped, stagnated, everything because they choose a purpose. They choose that kind of purpose. And they can change, but no, people sometimes just live in negativity. So while they choose to be negative at you, to bring negative to your path, you choose to be positive, to keep going and keep going and keep going because your end result is that something positive will come in for you because what? You never give up. And that's my message for you today, guys. Peace and love.